In the glitz and glamour of the music industry, there's a darker melody few dare to hear. Behind the flashing lights and red carpets lie secrets, deep, disturbing ones, that only come to light when someone brave enough dares to speak. Today, that someone is Usher. Known for his smooth voice and iconic hits, Usher Raymond has been a household name for decades. But recently, during an emotional conversation on Sirius XM's Bevelations with Bevy Smith, Usher opened up about a hidden chapter of his life, one marked by betrayal, exploitation, and trauma. And it's time we listen. Back in the early 90s, Usher was just a kid with a dream, a gifted voice, dance moves that rivaled legends, and a determination that caught the attention of music moguls. He was signed young and placed under the care of industry giants. One of those figures was Sean Diddy Combs, then known as Puff Daddy. Usher's mother, Janetta Patton, agreed to let her 14-year-old son live with Diddy to get hands-on experience with the music world. What was meant to be a mentorship quickly turned into something else, something no teenager should ever be exposed to. At the time, it was painted as an opportunity, access to parties, celebrities, and industry insiders. But for Usher, the behind-the-scenes reality was disturbing. Living with Diddy was a whirlwind. Usher found himself in situations that no child should face. Wild parties, drugs, and behavior that blurred every moral line. He described what he saw as curious and uncomfortable, a world where adult indulgence took center stage, and innocence wasn't just lost, it was stolen. During the interview, Usher chose his words carefully, but his emotions said it all. He recalled watching things unfold that were deeply inappropriate. "I was exposed to the underbelly," he said. "It was a whole different world, one I wasn't ready for." At 14, Usher wasn't just learning about music. He was being thrown into the deep end of an industry that can eat the young alive. Usher's mother, Jonetta, has since expressed deep regret about the decision to send her son into that environment. At the time, she believed she was giving him the chance of a lifetime. But now, she sees it for what it really was, a risk that left lasting scars. Years later, Jonetta took control of Usher's career, stepping in to guide and protect him from the wolves she hadn't seen coming. But the damage had been done. The experiences Usher had as a teen would shape the man and artist he became. It's a cautionary tale for any parent navigating the high-stakes world of fame. Talent gets you through the door, but it's often innocence that pays the price. Usher isn't the only one to speak out. In recent years, other stars, like Jaguar Wright, Cassie, and even B2K's Raz B, have all come forward with allegations about abuse, exploitation, and silence within the music industry. Jaguar Wright, a neo-soul singer from the early 2000s, publicly accused Diddy of enabling a culture of misconduct. Cassie, once in a long-term relationship with Diddy, filed a lawsuit alleging years of abuse, claims that were quietly settled out of court. And then there's Raz B, a former member of B2K, who has repeatedly claimed he was abused by their former manager. Each of these stories echoes the same haunting tune: young artists sacrificed for profit, silenced by fame and fear. And still, the industry keeps dancing. It takes courage to revisit old wounds, especially when the world only sees your success. For Usher, opening up wasn't about revenge. It was about honesty, healing, and maybe even warning the next generation. He didn't name names, he didn't scream, but he didn't have to. The truth was in the way his voice cracked, in the way he looked down as he described his past. In that moment, Usher wasn't a superstar. He was a man remembering a boy who was forced to grow up too soon. Bevy Smith, the interviewer, sat silently for a moment before responding. "That had to be tough," she said softly, and Usher simply nodded. The question now isn't just about Usher. It's about an industry that has allowed this for far too long. How many more stories are out there, locked behind closed doors and non-disclosure agreements? How many young artists have we cheered for, not realizing what they've endured just to stand on that stage? It's time for change, real change. Not another PR spin, not another silent settlement, but accountability, protection, and transparency. Usher's story is a spark. What we do with it determines whether the flame spreads or burns out. To Usher, we see you, we hear you, and we thank you for your bravery. And to the world watching, it's time we stop turning a blind eye. If you or someone you know has experienced abuse, speak up. You are not alone. Hashtag protect our artists. Hashtag truth matters.